won't stop till I hear him say,
What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to another CYPRX video breakdown. In today's video breakdown, we're going to be going down the rabbit hole, talking and discussing about some warnings that we have been giving to the general public here in the CYPRX community for the longest time. It's been quite a couple of months now. We've been giving warning signs about having your money in banking institutions, the potential black swan events that are brewing in the market, sweeping the headlines as we speak. We see massive events playing out that we've been talking about for days, weeks, months here at CYPRX, ahead of the curve. Again, if you all don't follow us on Twitter, where we drop gems on a consistent basis ahead of the curve, way before the fundamentals reach the mainstream, make sure that you do so. Link is in the description and down below. We're going to be going over some video clips from some YouTube videos alongside some fundamentals and some tweets in today's video breakdown. If you enjoy these breakdowns, smash that thumbs up button and subscribe. We do appreciate the love and the support. So I just want to start off, okay? I'm not tooting my own horn here at CYPRX, nor any of the information that we provide to the general public, but you all need to pay attention. We are not here to mess around. We are actual traders here in this market, and we are trying and attempting to provide value to you all before it gets and reaches the mainstream. And I'm going to show you that in today's video breakdown, how we've done that and what's going on in the market right now surrounding stablecoin USDC. I've been telling you guys for the longest that I personally believe that USD Tether and USDC, obviously, of course, I think USD Tether is crap as well, but I think that everybody's been looking at USD Tether for a potential collapse when, all in all, some recent things that have come into light, USDC is actually the bad player in the market, and I'm going to show you some theories that co-align with that. If you haven't watched my previous video breakdown on how corrupt I think USDC actually is, go back and check this video out. I uploaded 3 days ago. It's called XRP Breaking USDT USDC Stablecoin Collapse, announced by the Bank of International Settlements. And in this specific video breakdown that I uploaded 3 days ago, I go into a detailistic perspective on what these elites have said in previous Bank for International Settlement breakdowns, which I'll play for you guys in just 1 second to reiterate. And in that video breakdown, I went into detail showing you all that the Bank for International Settlements had a panel discussion where you guys can see it right here. I'm not making this stuff up. Was Sam Bankman-Fried that turned out to be a fraud. Alongside on that panel discussion sat Jeremy Allaire, who is the Circle USDC CEO, right? Think about it, ladies and gentlemen. Again, it's all pre-planned. Nothing is by accident. Everything is by design. All right. And when you understand that, you will understand why these two gentlemen were sitting on a panel discussion with the BIS, talking about, look at this title of the video, the foundational technology for a new financial system. Now, real fast, I will play you all the video clip from the Bank of International Settlements on that same panel discussion summit, okay? The BIS Innovation Summit 2022, where they discussed a collapse of stablecoins will come. It has to happen. And the Bank for International Settlements, these panelists, what do they do after they admit that a financial crisis in the form of stablecoin collapses are coming? They all laugh about it. So I'll play that video clip for you guys real fast.
And deals with all the, let's say, pertinent issues that we as central banks worry about, particularly when the crisis comes. When the sun is shining, nobody worries. When there is a crisis, that's when we come up to clean. That's when we come to clean up the mess. And I think the cost will be less. We dealt with it at the beginning.
Well, as Stefan said, that we never learn, and maybe the only times where we do learn temporarily is from, in financial terms anyway, is when we have a crisis. So I guess I'm interested in any of you, whether you think this will require a crisis involving stable coins, and if so, how imminent is that kind of car crash in this world, or are we still at the very early stages that we couldn't really have a car crash quite yet?
We'll have a car crash, but not quite yet. We'll have a car crash, but not quite yet. And I think it's only when we have the car crash that this will get a lot of attention.
I seriously cannot believe that people are sleeping on this specific video clip. He literally admits that we will have a car crash. And what did she ask? She asked, a stablecoin crisis, will it happen? And he literally says, yes, it will, but not quite yet. And look at the smiles. I can't stress enough. They're all laughing. Do you all see? And again, like I said, on that same BIS Innovation Summit, who was there? Jeremy Allaire. Nobody from USDT was there. Only Jeremy Allaire, sitting right next to whom other than Sam Bankman-Fried. You cannot make this stuff up. It is all by design. Again, in my personal opinion. Look the other way if you want. That's going to lead me over to a series of tweets. Now, let's go down the rabbit hole before we get into the fundamentals. We're going to be talking about the Federal Reserve interest rate hikes. Okay, potential surprise of a 75 basis point rate hike. And then also, all right, paying attention to what's going on in the form of USDC as of right now. Okay, if you haven't read or followed what's going on in the headlines, we warned people 3 days ago before this even came into fruition that USDC is sketchy, 100% sketchy, but everybody's looking at USD Tether, which 9 times out of 10, when people are looking one way, something else happens the other direction, okay, which is a red flag. So I said to you all in this tweet on December 25th, 2022, right at the end of last year, hopefully you all have learned in 2022, most retail traders are destroying their brains with mixed injections of daily dopamine from YouTube and Twitter, price predictions to supplement their crappy lifestyle, so they need bullish price predictions to give them a good shot of happiness. Patience is key. Now here at CYPRX, you guys have seen multiple times in the past us give warning signs to the general public alongside our CYPRX private group chat. Okay, so here I have a couple of those warnings for you all. This was back 9/20/2022, so September 20th, 2022. Most people, I said to you all, most people are already swimming in consumer debt, credit cards, student loans, auto loans, and mortgages. Millions will stop paying when the crisis arrives. No interest payment, no minimum payment, nothing. The banks will start to scramble too, and the system will be reset, right? What headlines did we see come out this year? We saw headlines like massive amounts of credit card debt, the highest numbers in record history, have come out this year in 2023. The highest amount of student loan debt has come out. We have also reached another debt ceiling crisis and a potential liquidity crisis looming here in the United States. Okay, the debt ceiling has been hit. They're talking about potentially raising the debt ceiling again, right? Think about it, ladies and gentlemen. We've been warning people. Warning signs all over the place. Another one we'll talk about. Red alert, private pensions and government pensions are all underfunded. The liabilities exceed the assets. If you don't understand what a liability and an asset is, you need to do some more financial literacy research. Major banks, I said to you guys, major banks are about to go bust, which is going to play an important role in today's video breakdown discussing USDC, okay? We just saw Silver Bank go bust, right? I said to you guys, major banks are about to go bust on a global scale. Just remember, when we were telling everybody 4 to 5 months ago, this tweet, by the way, came out in October 2nd, 2022. We put this information out to you guys. Months ago, we were telling you all that we would see a systematic failure and to get your money out of banks. Everyone just called us crazy. And now look at the headlines, banks on a verge of major collapses. These markets are a joke. Masteries at work. Okay, again, trying and attempting to give people gems ahead of the curve. This tweet right here, this is where we're going to get into detail on what the Federal Reserve is potentially about to do to crush the markets, to give individuals an opportunity to buy up utility at a discount again. I told you guys in a previous breakdown, do you really think that they were going to let individuals experience life-changing wealth without causing havoc first? Come on now, wake up. That is not reality. Like all these other influencers were making it out to be. I said to you all by 2027, I think that I think I missed that number by a little bit, but I said by 2027 at the latest, you will see in certain countries the burning of banks, looting of supermarkets, and the destruction of our critical monetary infrastructure, all in an effort to secure transitory wealth. It is not time quite yet for the reset. I said this back to you guys in October of last year, 2022. So I was letting you guys know that it wasn't ready for the reset. The reason why I put this information out is because if you all remember back last year in 2022, right before November hit, okay, this is when everybody was saying, oh, ISO 222 migration is going to cause a massive bull run, which obviously, of course, never happened. Okay. I was trying to tell everybody to calm down. It's not time yet. So I go on to say, yet that's what people need to understand. The final phase of this grand bargain scheme is inflation to wipe out the real cost of global sovereign debt. Okay. Pay attention to that last statement right there. That's going to play an important role in this Federal Reserve fund rate breakdown that we're going to get into. I said the final phase of the grand bargain scheme is inflation to wipe out the real cost of global sovereign debt. So let's go over real fast. Okay. And we'll pull up this fundamental. Now, this is going to play an important role in something that I said in our private group chat to the CYPRX students on what could potentially cause another leg down in the cryptocurrency markets. Alongside of all this other flood in the market that we're seeing, we could potentially see the Federal Reserve increase rate hikes. I told you guys in past video breakdowns, a 75 basis point to 100 basis point rate hike would shock the markets. Why? Because nobody's expecting that as of right now. What's priced into the markets is a 50 basis point rate hike or a 25 basis point rate hike. Nobody's expecting them to just shoot out a 75 basis point rate hike, which would cause a massive negative effect to risk on assets, which obviously, of course, benefit in a low interest rate environment. Right now, we're operating in a high interest rate environment. So that is negative for risk on assets, which nobody seems to understand in the influencer community amongst YouTube and Twitter spaces. So it goes on to say this article from the 7th of March, 2023, Fed Powell sets the table for higher and possible faster rate hikes from the Federal Reserve. The Federal Reserve will likely need to raise interest rates more than expected in response to recent strong data and is prepared to move in larger steps if the totality of incoming information measures are needed to control inflation. What did we say to you guys in that tweet? The grand bargain scheme. Okay. Again, think about it. The grand bargain scheme is inflation to wipe out the real cost of global sovereign debt. Do you guys see how it's all coming into fruition? People keep calling us crazy here at CYPRX, but we've been trying to give gems, okay? What we also said to the CYPRX student right here in a screenshot that you can see, I told everybody, as the dollar strength increases, this is from our private group chat, these are the levels I will be patiently waiting for and will be buying more utility if prices reach these levels or plunge below them. I will buy. And I gave them my bearish targets, which majority of them have now come into fruition. I said to them, remember, pay attention to the macro, Fed rate increases, geopolitical intentions, black swan events driving demand for safe haven assets or the dollar. There is something big coming. Be patient. I've told you guys multiple times, patience pays in this market. I even showed you guys in this tweet right here, right at the bottom. What did I put? Patience. Okay. It is not a bad thing to sit on your hands and be a reactive trader and not an impulsive trader, which now all of those things being out of the way, okay? I told you guys back at the beginning of January, 2023, that's when this tweet's from. Remember, I told you all temporary pumps, then more blood. Now is the time to pay attention. Be a patient trader, not an impulsive trader. Again, this is coming back from the beginning of January 10th, 2023. Follow us on Twitter. We drop gems way ahead of the curve before the retail herd is even thinking about what it is that we're thinking about here at CYPRX. Manage your risk properly. Any capital I implement into the market now, I'm willing to see a decline in, and I also have capital reserves on the side for the blood that's coming. I said that to you guys again at the beginning of this year. Last but not least, okay, said to you guys as well in February, heading closer to what we're experiencing now, or on the verge of potentially experiencing, a black swan event is coming. All the elites know this to be true. So what are we seeing in the headlines as of right now, aside from the potential Fed rate hikes increasing, shocking the markets, the silver bank gate closing or going bust? And then today, the bank was closed by California regulators, making it the second largest bank failure in U.S. history, SVB Financial Group, okay? Granted, I have this little tiny video snippet. I think this is hilarious of Jim Cramer telling everybody to buy SVB stock a month ago. Literally hilarious. Jim Cramer is a puppet. Okay, if you don't know about that already, I'm not going to get into that. That's just a whole nother rabbit hole to go down. But he is a paid puppet, a paid actor to shill retail money into this market, and people just get dumped on. So anyways, moving on. We saw this come out from Mr. Whale, it goes on to say, USDC held a whopping $9.8 billion cash reserves at failed Silicon Valley Bank. Remember, they kept assuring everyone their reserves were fully secure with those shady attestations. Nope, they were storing it in a Ponzi scheme bank ran by their corrupt friends. Remember, I literally told you guys, this just came out today, okay? What did I tell you guys 3 days ago, again, ahead of the curve, before the retail herd knows everything? In this video breakdown 3 days ago, we were pointing out that everybody's looking at Tether and nobody's paying attention to who? USDC. Right? It's literally mind-blowing, some of the information that we put out to the general public that nobody pays attention to because the algorithms messed up on YouTube, the Twitter algorithms messed up. So when we're dropping gems here, okay, we're not entertaining people via stupid little memes or dances from TikTok, okay? Our views go down. Anyways, moving on. Let's read into this. Scrutiny falls on $43 billion USDC stablecoin cash reserves at failed Silicon Valley Bank. Circle's USDC, the second largest stablecoin with $43 billion market capitalization, held and an undisclosed part of its $9.8 billion cash reserves at failed Silicon Valley Bank. That's massive. The full list of banks that held cash for Circle's USDC are Bank of New York Mellon, Citizens Trust Bank, Customer Bank, and New York Community Bank. I'm sure, if I'm not mistaken, some of these other ones have gone bust as well. Division Flagstar Bank, NA, Signature Bank, Silicon Valley Bank, and Silvergate Bank. Yeah, so these ones right here, Silvergate, okay, and SVB, they're going bust. So are these ones next? I don't know. That'd be pretty freaking crazy if Bank of New York Mellon went bust. I don't think that's a potential possibility, but hey, who knows? Who freaking knows at this point in the game? Circle also keeps some part of USDC reserves in a dedicated BlackRock fund. So moving on, how did this affect the markets? Ladies and gentlemen, I cannot stress enough. I've been telling you guys, don't have your money in USDC. There is something massive coming, and the people, again, that are sleeping on this because they trust the system. Oh, USDC, it's the most. I even commented the other day on something, and somebody commented, oh, USDC could never collapse. It's the most regulated stable coin. What? Okay, cool. Apparently, so was FTX. Didn't they meet with the SEC multiple times? Didn't they have regulatory quote unquote clarity? And didn't they go bust? Yeah, so stop believing that you're safe, okay? Or you will become a victim to this market. I'm telling you right now. Here's a quick price update chart on USDC. I found this funny. This was tweeted out by Alex. It says, here we go again, USDC looking stable. And I mean, this just looks horrible, absolutely horrible. I mean, you guys can clearly see, okay, massive tanking in price, massive depreciation, at least for the time being, in USDC. All right, so pay attention. The devil's in the details. In my personal opinion, again, this is all my personal opinion. This is not constitute any financial advice. I'm not telling you guys to go out there, you know, and just take 20 grand out of the bank and store it in your house. That's obviously, of course, not safe unless you have a buttload of guns like I do. But seriously, take it upon yourself to consider how you're going to survive this transformation of wealth, because it's happening. It's happening right before our eyes. We're all about to live through it, okay? And the time is now, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, it's hit the fan, okay, to put it in lighter terms, all right? So with that being said, go back, rewatch this video breakdown where I explain what's going on with USDC and my personal perspective, how everybody's focused on USDT and not USDC, and how I think that USDC is going to be the potential black swan catalyst that takes the cryptocurrency market back a couple of years, maybe. We're also paying attention here at CYPRX to potential geopolitical woes, some other major black swan events like other major banking institutions going bust. It would be freaking super crazy if BNY Mellon went bust. Holy crap, that would be nuts. Blessings to you guys. Hope you guys enjoyed that video breakdown. Be cognizant aware. I'm telling you all, smash that thumbs up button, subscribe. Make sure that you follow us on Twitter so that way you can stay ahead of the curve. Literally, I don't know how many video breakdowns I have to make to show people that we stay way ahead of the curve here at CYPRX, like literally months before the average herd actually figures this stuff out. But people still will call us crazy. People will still go flock to these bullish moon boys. I mean, if you literally just go look at YouTube right now, okay, and you type in any of these mainstream influencers channels and pages, what have they been doing for the past 2 to 3 weeks. Nothing but giving you guys bullish sentiment, bullish this, bullish that. It's time for the bull market, bottoms in, this and that. Okay, cool, I get it. Could the bottom be in? Maybe, yeah, who knows? Move accordingly, ladies and gentlemen. That's all I can say. Many blessings to you all, as always. I cannot stress enough to do your own personal research. Be aware out there. These elite individuals, for some odd reason, these bullish moon boys out there, have it out in their perspective that this was going to be some easy ride to the top over the next couple of years. And I've been telling people, and so have the rest of the students here at CYPRX, we've been on the same wavelength, that this is not going to be an easy ride, and they're going to do everything in their power to stop retail from becoming financially free with this digital revolution. Many blessings. See you guys in the next video breakdown.
I won't stop till I hear him say